Welcome to your daily dose of Tony, where I have some things on my mind and I'm going to say them.
Say it, baby. Just
That's
say
what we're
it.
doing here. We have today some New Year's resolutions, mine in particular. Going to dissect those. Some breaking news that you will be absolutely captivated by, the heroicism of a young man. And a new bit that I'm going to start working on that's gone absolutely nowhere so far, but I enjoy it. I think you will like it. And I have some advice that I'm going to give people who are seeking advice on Reddit. These folks are in distress and need the advice of a stand-up comedian to help them get through these tough times. So let's get started with my resolutions. 25, call them goals. Resolutions all get broken, so let's go with goals because at least those can't get forgotten about until the end of the year, right? So the end of the year, you could finally say, oh, I didn't accomplish my goals. Resolutions can get ended immediately, right? So a goal has to end at the end of the year. Kind of like betting for Florida State to win the national championship way before the season starts. And since the national championship still hasn't been played, I still have to look at that bet in my bet slip and remind me that they will not be winning the national championship. A couple of these I think are really cool to look at. Meditate, obviously, super important. And I'd also like to make a Japanese friend. You're wondering why that specifically? Well, I want to go to Japan this year, so I think along the way it'd be cool to have a friend on the other side of the world. What's so crazy about that? Some people didn't seem to like it too much. Be King Daddy and build my MF empire. Well, obviously, that's what we're all striving for in life. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to gain or lose weight. So another goal of mine was to decide and be more decisive. I have decided. So basically, I'm accomplishing 3 goals right away. It is January 4th, and I've accomplished 3 goals. And I'm going to gain weight, obviously. Somebody decided to deliver a lot of Portillo's to my door yesterday, I believe. I'm still kind of in a coma from it. I ate it all. I thought about calling Uber and saying, like, hey, you accidentally delivered a fish sandwich, a steak sandwich, and a chicken sandwich to my home, or hot dog, excuse me. And I'm going to need you to come pick this up. I thought about doing that. I just decided to eat it all instead. So with that being said, a lot of protein in there. I think I'm just going to go bulk. Start bulk right away. That's a good move. And bigger calf muscles. I think we all want that. So that's something I think that's attainable too. It's not unrealistic. People, want something very unattainable typically, like for their parents to love them or something like that. And I'm like, hey, that might not happen, but you know what I can control is my calf muscles. So let's keep a close eye on what these calf muscles decide to do this year. Let's move on to some news going on. This is a good one. Zimbabwe boy of 8 survives 5 days in a lion-inhabited Matusadona game park. I hope I said Matusadona right. And if there's any Matusadonians out there who I've offended, I apologize. I want to say that I think this young man, as we'll call him now, because there's no boy who survives 5 days in a lion-inhabited game park. This man deserves to be crowned something. And we should all strive to be more like this boy. And I'm actually surprised that the Netflix documentary of his journey has not already started. It's a 7-part series covering, 8-part series covering all 8 years of his life. And then the 5 days he spent inside this lion park. I don't know who is more impressive in their moment here. Him for just being such an absolute lion. Call him a beast, but a lion. Or the incompetence of parents to lose a kid in a lion park for 5 days. There's no follow-up to the story yet of have they decided how they're going to handle the situation. Everyone just seems to be praising the young man, and I hope one day when I get older, I grow up to be as resourceful and fearless as this 8-year-old man who just survived 5 days with lions. And there's no truth to this yet, but there is some thought that they might have actually dubbed him King of the Jungle and named him Simba amongst their tribe. We'll see if that becomes true or not. I also, new thing, new premise I'm working on. I seem to be getting a lot of tattoo removal ads. And for some people, that's great. That's cool. I don't have any tattoos. So it's clear to me that, 1, I'm a loser. Let's go with that. 2, I look like somebody who would get tattoos, and I also look like somebody who would get tattoos and then want to get them removed. So I think going back to my New Year's resolutions of decisiveness, it's probably good to have some indecision in your life because it's stopped me from having tattoos that ultimately the internet's telling me that I want to get removed. We'll see. We're gonna see how that one plays out, but I like where that one can go somewhere. All right, finally, to wrap things up today on Say It Baby. Got some advice for you guys. These poor humans on Reddit are looking for advice to help make their lives better. So I'm going to try to give it to them. This one here, we got somebody who says, inherited a guinea pig today, need advice. So here's the advice I'd go with on this one. One, you need to consult the entire friend group you have, the entire family you have, everybody who you think could potentially leave you some sort of inheritance. And just let them know right now, they could keep the money as long as they keep any animals that they think that they want to leave you when they leave. Because inheriting a guinea pig truly now is more or less like a child. Like you just adopted a very small child that is going to take up space in your place. Like even a dog would potentially be easier than this. This is a special creature that requires a special vet, not easily accessible. I'm just curious, how often does this happen and how many guinea pigs are out there looking for foster homes, looking for like how many guinea pigs are at the whatever they call it, the place where the animals go without homes, shelter, looking for homes. I mean, good on you, but make sure no one else does this to you ever again. That's my advice. Let's move on. Husband, 42, male, key detail, poured cold water on me, 32, female, while I slept. Any advice? Well, one, I'm going to say this. I think the age details are, I don't know that they were necessary, but I appreciate it. There is a 10-year gap, so maybe that does change things a little bit. Poured cold water on me while I slept. Any advice? Here's my first thought. This sounds like an unhealthy relationship because, I mean, just ask them right then and there, like, hey, what's wrong with you? Right? I'm sure you've had to have gotten some clarity of like, hey, what was going through your brain when you started to do this, and did you like it? You're not really telling me if you liked it or not. But my suspicion is that he probably has a terrible sense of humor. He's probably not funny. And he saw this on a TikTok video because he just got TikTok because he's 42. And he decided, oh, I'm going to do this to my girlfriend, husband, wife, because I think she will find this hilarious. And I think you need to point out to him, like, no, that's actually not funny at all. And you probably need to go to therapy. You probably have some suppressed rage in you that eventually is going to come out at some point in time if it already hasn't. I think you might have a really deranged human being on your hands. And I'm telling you, get out now. Get out now. This might be bad. Or it was a harmless prank. One or the other. Let's move on. Okay. Girlfriend advice not to wear sweatpants because my junk looks small. Well, a couple things here. She says looks small. Not is. So let's try to read between the lines and at least, hey, maybe there's some positive out of that. The other thing is, I don't know, you got to be honest with yourself, in this thing. I mean, it's the whole look in the mirror thing. What do you see? Just look down a little bit more. And that's up for you to decide at that point if it is something you want to show the world. And is it impressive? Is it unimpressive? I mean, how small is too small, really? I mean, let's be honest here. Are the sweatpants really big? Because I know if I wear like a 3X t-shirt, I look a lot smaller. I'm 220, 230, 240, something like that. 6'2", and I look like a 195-pound guy in a 3X shirt. So maybe it's the pants. Maybe the pants are too tight. But I feel if they're too tight, you're too honest. I think you need a different size pants is what you really got to do. Maybe double up on the draws underneath. Maybe do a little bit of just doubling up, layering up, and maybe try not to pee in the pants. Maybe that was also, maybe you have stains on the pants. Maybe there's colors on the pants that draw attention to the area. It sounds like it's the pants, my man. I don't think it's you. I think there's something with these pants that's probably the issue. You could also tell your girlfriend to mind her damn business. There's that angle up too. So one way or the other, one of those things should help you out. And lastly, we have a question. Men over 30, what's one dating advice you'd give to a 19-year-old? I would say don't dump water on your wife when she's sleeping, and don't wear sweatpants on dates. That's probably my best advice. All right, until next time. See you guys later.